are here at my local farm stand. Amazing. This is the Golden Maple farm stand. And wow, it looks like an amazing selection today. Just stoked. And this is what I'm interested in. These fall potatoes, perhaps a little chard. Man, this is gonna be a hell of a meal. I wanted to invite you all into my kitchen this evening to cook a meal. And behind the camera tonight, we're lucky to have Courtney, SaltSpringLife.com's amazing editor, web developer, everything creative. So tonight, we will enjoy an amazing locally sourced meal. I don't know if you can hear me over the beats in the background, but without music, you know, the kitchen gets a little dull. So tonight, first off, I wanted to reflect on what Salt Spring Life means to me. And certainly one of the pillars of island life is the food, is the culinary delights. So yeah, Courtney's on the gimbal at the moment, showing off our amazing charcuterie platter. We've got cheese from the island, an incredible veggie pate, the lovely spicy tomato jam, and the rosemary from just out on the deck there. So for everybody at home tonight, I will sample this for you and just ensure that it's up to snuff, which, to be honest, I already have sampled, and it's delicious. Yeah. Wow. Kind of leaves you speechless. So good. Anyway, let's get into it. What we're cooking tonight is a local lamb shoulder. We have garlic. We've got Courtney on the camera. Actually, you know what? I should talk a little bit about the makeup of Salt Spring Life. I'm actually the cameraman and the host and the interviewer, and Courtney is behind the scenes, not on the camera, fortunately. Hot, folks. Not quite hot enough. Still a nice sizzle. We're getting fired up, folks. Getting a nice sear on the lamb here. And then that is going in our friendly Instapot so we can really just fall off the bone and enjoy this tender feast. Really excited. Not only is Courtney an amazing editor, she went to cooking school. Boom, that's looking good, folks. That's looking good. Come on over for a bite if you're so inclined. All right, folks, we're back in the kitchen. We're getting ready to put some rosemary and garlic under the skin of the lamb to ensure maximum flavor. But first, I wanted to chat a little bit about what COVID's taught us. COVID has made a lot of us get a bit better at cooking, enjoy it a little bit more, and also, generally speaking, get comfortable with the simplicity of life and really leaning into that. And one of those things is a kitchen dance party. All right, folks, this is where we stand. I'm really excited to report back on the status of this roast lamb shoulder. It's looking amazing. We've seared it, and now what we're doing is we're starting to stuff in the meat little slivers of garlic, little sprigs of rosemary, as you can see. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw it in the Instapot, the pressure cooker. We're gonna pop it in there with a bunch of delicious red wine and chicken stock. And we're gonna pressure cook that for as long as possible. So if you try this at home, just save the time to pressure cook it, because that'll make it tender, it'll start to fall apart. And then after we take it out of the pressure cooker, the plan is to reduce that sauce into a lovely flavor for the ending of this masterpiece. We are swooping in towards the Instant Pot here, getting ready for the next phase, past the family photos and the boxed villageois, which we are going to take full advantage of because we are ready for liquids, folks. Look at that. We have the lamb with a little bit of extra rosemary, lots of garlic stuffed into the meat, pouring in some beautiful chicken stock, a little bit of onion in there for a good measure and flavor. And then comes the sweet nectar of the villageois. If you just keep pouring that over the lamb, you'll find it does the job. So the Instant Pot is doing its thing, which is pressure cooking the lamb. I don't really know much about these Instant Pots, to be honest. We got one on sale, Boxing Day or something. And it has been cooking really tender meat, so hopefully the same thing happens this evening with this amazing Salt Spring lamb. So not only is Courtney an editor, she's an author. Her book is called Unbalanced. Has no reflection on her mental stability, capacity. Unbalanced has a different connotation that I'll allow her to get into. However, what I find interesting, kind of reflective, introspective for myself, and maybe you will too, is that storytelling allows us to project, reflect, kind of manifest what's inside of us if it doesn't come naturally in our life. Sometimes I think the autopilot creates the same story on repeat. So I'm proud of Courtney in finding her own story to tell. Because while she works a somewhat regular 9 to 5, some of you might know her in the community, the way that she's written her book has a much deeper window into her soul, so to speak. That might be a little bit too deep. Tell me if I'm wrong, Courtney. This is your time to let me know.
No, you are correct, I guess, that it allows me to write about a world that does not exist, or a world that I hope for one day, you know. And Unbalanced deals with some issue, you know, gender roles and issues of power and stuff like that. But it is told as a urban fantasy. So, you know, there's lots of action and, you know, even a little bit of romance. It's kind of, I like to describe it as a feminist romance where, you know, it's not a damsel in distress by any means. It's, in fact, a team working together on equal footing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's well said.
Thanks.
No, I feel there is this empowering voice that comes through the story she tells. And what I know about Courtney is that she's shy, you know, she doesn't want to be on the camera at the moment with me. However, she has this strength, this fire, this determination that wants to come out through her story, and it certainly does. Unbalanced is not only a tale of female empowerment, it is a tale of action, adventure, mystery,
Wonderful.
Sci-fi, romance, all of the above, folks. So go pick your copy up on Amazon today, or wherever you buy your books.
Or Spring Books.
Actually, even better, in hard copy from Ganges. But I guess what this brings me to is storytelling in general. This has allowed Courtney to channel her voice, channel her truth, channel what's inside, even while she works 40 hours a week at a 9 to 5. It's really impressive, and it is leaving a legacy, leaving her truth, you know, leaving your mark on the world. And we all have a story inside of us, and whether you publish it professionally or not, you need to tell that story. Let Courtney be the role model to you. We need to leave our legacy in whatever form we can.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. I agree.
Journaling, talking to your kids, letting out your truth, making a video like this crazy cooking show doesn't really matter. But we will leave a legacy of genuine fun tonight, right?
Woohoo!
Soul Spring Life is about fun, as well as delicious food. The Instapot is going. So I just wanted to kind of wrap that conversation up in that you should buy Unbalanced by Courtney Shepherd. It's an amazing book. And at the same time, if you don't buy it, tell your story. Let her be a role model for all of us to tell our stories in whatever form that means to you. Don't tell the same story over and over each day, because your story is evolving, just like ours. Empower yourself to tell your story today.
Absolutely. I agree.
We've got an Instapot update. Lid's off. We're bubbling away, starting to reduce the magic into a thicker concoction. Beautiful. Look at this thing. Starving though. It's taking forever. It looks delicious.